UFO Bros.
Hey everyone, it's Giorgio Tsoukalos from Ancient Aliens, and you're experiencing UFO Bros TV.
Well, hello everybody, how's it going? I'm Emmett
Joe.
And we are the UFO
Bros.
And we're actually really excited about this show.
Excited.
There's been a lot
There's
of
so much
stuff
stuff going on. It's blasting all over. This is the biggest thing right now that's going on. It's trending.
It's crazy. I don't know if any of you are being totally inundated with UFO news, but we are. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you guys. As you know, or if you don't know and you're listening to us for fun, the Department of Defense has just recently, for the first time ever in history, admitted to a UFO chasing program. Or I guess you could say exploring aerial phenomena sort of thing. So,
and they actually came out and said something.
They came out.
They didn't. Nobody can say this is a hoax.
So basically, absolutely. So the news came out, and then it was then confirmed with the actual Pentagon that this indeed was a program, and they spent $22 million on it. They were able to hide that money in budgets. They call it black money. And so it was going on right under our noses, like we always talk about.
They can print as much money as they want. They can call it any kind of black note program or chicken fried steak program or Tom DeLonge program, whatever. I mean,
our government probably would spend $22 million on a chicken fried steak program.
That sounds good right now.
Some chicken fried steak. But so when it came out, and I'll let you guys know, Joe and I are kind of...
You guys can probably see it all over on Facebook, everywhere you can see it.
We're a little bit on the inside. I'm just going to take these headphones off right now because it's driving me crazy. We're a little bit on the inside, so we caught word that there was going to be some news a few days before it happened. And so we were waiting patiently. And then when it came out, we were like skeptical about how big of a news item it was going to be. Because, you guys see it all the time. They take secure teams videos and they create an article out of it. And then it gets picked up by a bunch of stupid tabloids and then people share it everywhere. And that's basically been what we've all been dealing with, right, online.
So as soon as it gets to the tabloids, it's like, oh, it's fake.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I'm not even interested.
Scroll. So when it first came out, I was like, we were like, Joe, we were both skeptical. Like, is it going to be one of those things? But what happened was,
basically no. If you lost train of thought, I'm sorry. Basically, Tom DeLonge's like, I'll bring this out anyway. So the government was like, okay, well, we did have this thing,
We had this one program.
This program thing.
They're kind of nonchalant about it.
It's no big deal.
And by the way, this was a program that was supported and pushed by Senator Harry Reid from Nevada, who's the senator from Nevada. And, or, is it Nevada? Yeah, I think it's Nevada, yeah. Or is it Utah?
It's Nevada.
Is it Nevada?
Nevada.
Okay, thank you. Nevada? Nevada. So he's supporting it. Also, Bigelow Aerospace. We actually covered that one before, Joe. The guy that says that, like, he's a billionaire CEO that says aliens are right under our noses.
They are.
Yeah. Well, in that 60 Minutes interview, if you guys haven't seen it, Mr. Bigelow from Bigelow Aerospace talks about...
The male gigolo.
The interviewer asks him, do you believe in aliens? And he laughed and smiled, but as he was explaining that they're right under our noses and they're already here and we don't have to go out of our planet to find aliens. But the way he was talking about it was just kind of like almost like, how stupid could you be kind of expression, like silly question, of course, like he's known all along. And I'll tell you why I think he's known is because in the articles that have been going around about this, they talk about a facility in Vegas that has turned into
a strip joint.
Yes, / housing place for what they call anomalous metals or anomalous alloys that they have indeed said they have recovered from. They don't say we recovered it from UFOs or that it's alien. They have not said alien at all. They've only just came out and said they're UFOs. And so this building is housing downed or recovered alloys from these unexplained objects that can defy physics and no. What were you gonna say?
Hey, what? You know what happened?
What happened?
Let me ask you a question. If they say it's UFO, unidentified flying object, once you look at it, you identify it. It's an object. So was that identified object?
So just a IO? No, UO. No. IO. It's soft. Okay. You guys, if you're still listening, thank God, because
on track.
We've got some clips. Joe and I are really, we got some stuff ready. We spent some time today for you guys. Thanks. I know we put some effort into this. We tried to. I think it's interesting. I just want to tell you guys we're going to cover a few clips, and we're also going to talk about Mr. Dr. Greer. And so you're going to want to stay tuned to listen to what Greer has to say about this, because I was wondering what the heck does Greer think about all this, and he
was probably like, you know what? He came out before me.
Yeah,
I got my own project. I got my own project that I got secrets to. Wait till you come out. Wait till you see it.
You know what? He has
my teeth.
Oh, excuse me. That was gross. Anyway, we're going to talk about what Greer has to say, and then we're also going to meet, and I'm going to introduce you to the person that, I'm not going to I'm going to introduce you with a video of Mr. Elizondo, who worked for the Department of Defense in the, what they refer to as, I got to get the exact verbiage here so that we,
He doesn't know it verbatim.
Yeah, exactly. So,
how you doing?
that didn't go so well. Let me try that again. Hold on. I don't know. It's the Advanced Aerial Threat Program at the Department of Defense. And between the years of late 2008, when it started, from 2009 to 2012, I think I actually have all that information here, so you guys can actually get there. Now, just to remind everybody, between 47 and 69, that was the only time that the government ever said that they had been hunting anything regarding UFOs or unexplained phenomena.
69.
You just spilled a giant soda every fucking where. All over our binders that we're going to show you guys. Anyway, so the government stopped UFO hunting in 1969, and after that released, Project Blue Book, which was one of a series of systematic studies of unidentified flying objects conducted by the United States Air Force, and that started in '52. So I guess it was a third and quote unquote final study. So as we move forward, and Joe cleans up his shit.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And you made me lose my train of thought. Happens all the time.
That's a big ass towel. You can throw off a Great Dane with that.
Okay. So think about this, you guys. 2017, for the first time ever, it's confirmed that there are indeed unidentified flying objects. Prior to that, the government, not prior to that, but while that was going on, the actual U.S. government says that they have no interest in UFOs and they're not hunting them anymore, and that ended back in '69 with Project Blue Book.
Fuck you.
But now they're like, oh, well, never mind. And it's actually a historic moment, you guys. So I want to show you this video of Luis Elizondo, who is now part of the To the Stars Academy with Mr. Tom DeLonge. And this is just an intro clip so you guys can take a look. We're going to disappear here. And so here is Mr. Luis Elizondo.
My name is Lou Elizondo. I'm a career intelligence officer with various organizations throughout the intelligence community. I've worked for the Department of Defense. I've worked with the Army. I've worked with the Director of National Intelligence, National Counterintelligence Executive, and fill in the blank, a bunch of others.
I can hear you breathing.
Some of my time was spent in advanced aerospace, engineering, protecting key technologies, critical technologies, in advanced weaponry and advanced aerospace, such as high-energy lasers, drone nanotechnology. So my time was spent in the careers of counterintelligence and human intelligence. What makes intelligence, I think, unique is that you have a career field dedicated entirely to the art of observation, of understanding how things work, looking at those things maybe from a slightly different perspective and trying to figure out what it is that you're actually seeing. So as a trained observer, I think intelligence is one of those fields that gives you a little bit unique perspective on things.
That's to the Stars Academy, and all credit goes to them. No copyright intended. We were just wanting to use that as educational purposes. So hopefully we're able to can hear any of that with Joe's little... Okay.
Maybe I am alien because I got alien nostrils, little tube hose.
Yeah. Let's show these people what the video that was released. So we got the video clip, of course. So take a look at this. This is what one of the clips that came out with a huge announcement. So take a look here, and you can also listen to the pilots in the background discussing what they're seeing. So check this out.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
Fleet? Yeah.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 100.
What do you think of that, Joe?
120 knots.
I guess it's like 130 something miles per hour.
236 miles per hour.
136.
200.
You can see the airspeed right there.
Oh! But what do you think of this object? Look at this.
It's rotating.
It's rotating.
It stopped and rotated.
It's crazy.
It stopped and rotated.
Yeah, but it's going against air going at whatever mile an hour.
120 knots. I think 120 knots is 236 miles an hour.
Okay. You know, if it's wrong, let us know, you know.
I hope so.
It looks as though we're losing some...
Video output low.
I don't know. Okay, our live stream is... Our output to health is low.
And it has nothing to do with us.
Exactly.
YouTube.
It is YouTube.
It's TubeYube.
So, we're going to keep going here and moving on because there's more clips I want to show you guys as long as our internet still continues to work. So, I've showed you who Luis Elizondo is, or Luis Elizondo, and now we're going to take a look. And Joe, this is the first time that we're going to actually see it because I have. Ooh, can you fix my headphones?
Oh shit!
I just fucked them up.
Oh,
Joe,
your dingle dongle.
Can you hear everything clearly?
Yeah, I can hear everything.
Oh, well. Okay, here, take a look. I'll be honest with you guys. I have not seen this news clip.
Neither have I. We're all in it together.
So we're all in it together, and I saved it for y'all. So let's take a look. This is his CBS interview.
Newly released video captured by U.S. Navy pilots offers an inside look at a secretive government program that investigated unidentified flying objects. The Defense Department says it ended the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program in 2012 over funding issues. But a Pentagon spokeswoman said, quote, the DoD takes seriously all threats and takes action whenever credible information is developed. Tony DeCopel shows us 2 UFO encounters captured on camera. Tony, good morning.
Good morning. Wait till you see this video. That little-known Pentagon program had a budget of about $22 million, according to the civilian intelligence officer who used to run it. Most of the sightings looked at were by U.S. military personnel who have been reporting UFO sightings for decades.
Look at that thing. It's rotating.
This is one of the incidents the Pentagon's secretive group of UFO hunters investigated.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
This object appeared off the California coast in 2004 and baffled.
Well, this is the
Navy
Tic Tac
pilots.
video, I think.
It's not a drone.
Yes.
It's not something that we can easily say, oh, that's an airplane.
Luis Elizondo ran the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program at the Defense Department. He believes the way that school bus-sized object moved defied the known laws of physics.
What we are looking at is truly beyond next-generation technologies.
Former Nevada Senator Harry Reid championed the UFO program, and some of the funding reportedly went to one of his donors, Robert Bigelow, founder of the military contractor Bigelow Aerospace. The Las Vegas tycoon spoke with 60 Minutes in May.
Do you imagine that in our space travels we will encounter other forms of intelligent life?
You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
It's just
Look at his face.
People's noses. Oh my gosh.
He's like, duh.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good.
Can you make sure you don't? Okay.
Unlike in the movies, most UFOs
Oh God, that
don't turn
movie.
out
We
to
have a
be
review in
alien
that movie, by the way.
This green fireball
Well, it's a cool
above Buenos
concept,
Aires
but
in
we were really
2015
disappointed
was
with the
likely a
aliens.
Meteor.
Yeah.
While this strange
Those
light
aliens
over
are
Los
octopus.
Angeles was actually a missile test.
I think this is a national security imperative. We have clear
Missile test my
things
ass.
that we do not understand how they work, operating in areas that we can't control.
Elizondo refused to tell us how many cases his former group investigated, saying that information was sensitive. From 1947 to 1969, an Air Force program called Project Blue Book looked into more than 12,000 UFO sightings, and about 700 of them remain unidentified.
Interesting how they buried this in the budget under this sort of blurry name, Advanced Aviation Threat Identification
They
Program.
call it black money for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen one, but I believe
That looks like a punchable
there was a movie where it
face.
shows aliens giving you a needle in the back of your neck and it changes.
No, not a
your
punch bowl,
personality.
a
Terrified me for
punchable.
years. Still terrifies me. So I believe it.
No.
I do
I give
too.
up.
I know, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things. Big smile from Tony DeCopo this morning.
Okay,
Thank you.
Well, okay, well, it's done. But what'd you think?
About what? The UFOs? What
did you think of the interview?
I don't think it was.
That's pretty. I mean, there are things that we can't do anything about in our
No.
airspace.
We can't.
What more? Well, I mean, that's pretty big confirmation. Now, if this is the beginning of what Tom DeLonge and his people are, if are going to be putting out, then I expect it to either. Hopefully, it gets better. Yes.
Didn't they say it was missile tests at the end?
No, the clip right before it that they showed in the sky said was a missile test.
Oh, it was all right.
Not the actual UFO footage.
Oh.
You're so weird. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you guys another clip. These are just news clips, and this is kind of like a quick update on everything. So, here's Ralph Blumenthal, who is the person who wrote the story that broke on the New York Times discussing this, and we're going to play this for you guys, so check this out.
Coming up next, everybody, a surprising new report about the Pentagon spending millions to investigate UFOs. We are going to have the revealing details on the secret program. Coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Our final story today, it's a little out there, and I do mean out there.
If I ever met her, I'd be like,
New
why
York
the
Times
long
breaking news
face?
that the Pentagon has been secretly researching the possible existence
You think
of
about it with the government,
UFOs.
22 million
Apparently,
is
the
not that
Department of Defense launched the program in cooperation with former Senator Harry Reid
It's like one office
in
space,
2007, and it spent
Yeah.
$22 million
I bet. It's not-
each year searching for unidentified flying objects until the program was shuttered back in 2012. Joining us now to talk more about this, one of the authors of yesterday's fascinating New York Times article, journalist Ralph Blumenthal. Ralph, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Talk to me about the research that went into this article.
Okay, first of all, it was not $22 million a year. It was $22 million total, which is really a drop in the bucket of the Pentagon budget. But it went for research into these objects, and no one knows what they are to this day, that have been seen by Navy planes that engaged with them. They've been reported by witnesses. But beyond that, we really don't know much. And the research went into trying to identify their strange means of propulsion, their phenomenal aerodynamics, which represent nothing on the face of this earth by any country.
Yeah.
And the research, even though the program was officially, it ran out of money in 2012, it really has continued, we found out.
So what's been going on, and why have they not publicized the fact that it has continued?
Well, it's a controversial program. A lot of people, there's a ridicule factor. A lot of people are afraid of, the people would make fun of the government spending this money, as has already happened in other media.
But there's also a lot of fascination
There is fascination. This is probably the most watched and looked at story the New York Times has run in a long time.
Oh, yeah, and it's huge now. Day after. A couple days after.
Yeah, so what are they finding?
Like, we told you.
Well, they have confirmed, in effect, for the first time.
They didn't tell us. That's the thing. They're telling us now.
The program said that they have established.
And keep in mind, they have
I'm talking about like ufologists and whistleblowers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, we told you.
So, well, ufologists now are no longer just stupid idiots. There's a reason why these things are researched.
Material from these objects that is being studied, so that scientists can try to figure out what accounts for their amazing properties. This technology, these objects, whatever they are.
For those of you that are listening on Spreaker, make sure you check us out on YouTube. You'll be able to see the links and the clips for these videos. So,
these are the ones that Tom DeLonge released for Disclosure.
Yeah, from To the Stars Academy.
With UFOs. But it really is fascinating stuff, despite the fact that there is ridicule that
It'll
comes
take
along
some
with
attention away
research.
from the day-to-day.
Yeah, I'd like a little respite, wouldn't you? Yeah, I'd like to talk about UFOs a little bit more these days, I gotta say.
It's a fascinating subject.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right, Ralph Blumenthal, I wish I had more time with you, but we have run out of time. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. All right,
Okay, so I don't know. It's more and more interesting. Hey, we're gonna turn to the chat room. We've got some comments here. Oh, Ronnie Dawson's here. First video played good. The second was choppy. Sorry, guys. There's nothing we could do about it. We just got to keep going with the show. Joe Santana. Hi, guys. This is Joe Santana out of Modesto, California. Love your channel. And honestly, why can't these others just tell it like it is? Stop the BS.
Exactly.
We feel the same exact way. Feel the exact same way. You're stupid. Why are you doing that in the background, you goob? Okay. Okay, look. And by the way, look, Joe and I are goobs. This guy. But I wanted to show you what we've been doing. We're serious about what we do. So we're going to take a break because we're going to go to the Greer letter here in a minute, which is a doozy. It's a good one. You got to watch and see what Mr. Greer has to say. And for those of you, obviously, that are only listening and you're listening to the podcast, we'll try to talk it through with you. But Joe, hand me a binder. We have binders upon binders of women. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want?
Who said that? Was it Jeb Bush or something?
Do you want one with or without soda?
Without the soda to start.
There you go.
So what we have been doing is printing out
of work.
Yeah. So this one's a little off topic, but you know what we found is the manual on remote viewing by Dr. Hal Puthoff or whatever. Now, this Dr. Hal guy is the same guy that is one of Tom DeLonge's backers, one of his top physicists on his board. And so, with that being said, I was able to find all this absolutely incredible work through the CIA website. So,
look right here. It says a fuzzy intersection is defined as a minimum of intersecting fuzzy setup membership values. Fuzzy. What's a fuzzy set?
I don't know, but let me read just something about we're on remote viewing. We went off topic, but hey, let's take a break for a second. And
right here.
This is quite literally a method. I got something highlighted here. So this is in this manual, declassified from CIA. It may be that remote perceptual ability is widely distributed in the general population, but because the perception is generally below an individual's level of awareness, it is repressed or not noticed. And what remote viewing is, for those of you who don't know, it was also called Project Grill Flame to start. It was Project Stargate, and it lasted all the way up until the 90s, where they were actually trying to find people that could have some sort of telepathic, I guess you couldn't say telepathic, but they were able to describe in pretty much good detail a location anywhere in space-time. So, and they do it
in the Phalian galaxy.
Yeah, in the Phalian, in the phallic galaxy.
No, not phallic.
Phallic. Okay. But so here's a really good example.
It's really interesting stuff, guys. You guys got to check this stuff out on this website. There's so much information.
Yeah, you guys really should be, if you're really into this, reading this stuff. I read this whole thing.
He read it. And out of everything that's going on, it's really good to know this stuff.
Yeah, so this was actually declassified because we're talking about black budget stuff and stuff, you know, where they hide it. This is kind of one of those things. So, hand me another. Oh, this is our alien types binder. And this is actually really cool. Oh, it's got soda on it. Ugh. But look, this is a Palladian. Ooh. But this includes all sorts of different alien types in here. And this is not available online. This is something I actually found and had a special way. Doesn't this guy, I don't know, reminds me of the guys on South Park that come from the future. They took our job! So this is interesting. These are people's, detailed accounting of different alien types that they have met or are connected with or what the heck ever.
They're here.
Yeah, here's more on Project Stargate, but Joe, be careful because the binder rings. So, but look at how thick this is.
What is it?
I've gone through all of it. Joe went through, what's the other binder, Joe, that you went through?
The UFO Bros Guide to Galaxy.
This is our...
That's it. UFO Bros Guide to Galaxy. That's the name of our book. This book.
There's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy already. But anyway, this is really, really interesting. This is off FBI and other related websites. These are all kinds of documents on UFOs, paranormal events. We have them coded. This is really interesting. Project Carrot. We actually covered this on one of our earlier podcasts.
Maybe that makes sense of what's going on.
Extraterrestrial Recover Technology and Disposal Manual. This is the Psalm 101 manual, which a lot of people say is fake, but
Emmett was talking about.
But this is all declassified from the government, and I find it interesting that all of the information that was on the National Archives' few computers that they had was finally released to the masses and published in a database online early this year. And so now here we are in December at the very end of the year, finding out that those programs are legit and that we indeed did
do this stuff.
So we've got more binders. We've got like 7 binders. So I just want to let you guys know that we're silly and we're goofy, but we're really very serious on what is going on here. And we want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this? Was it disclosure? Was it confirmation? Was it acknowledgement? Whatever you want to call it.
What did Stephen Greer say? Ronnie Dawson said it's a false flag operation.
Oh, yes.
That's what he's talking about?
Yes. So we're going to go to the Greer letter here. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on this, too. So this is...
Does it got teeth?
No, it's just... No, look, check this out, guys. So this is a fun one. This is Dr. Greer, and he says, for those of you who can't see, from Dr. Greer, Sunday, December 17th, 2017. Urgent. Note that the recent New York Times story is couched from a threat office of the Pentagon. This is a clear ramp-up of false flag fake disclosure designed to prepare people for a threat from outer space. So the warmongers and war profiteers have a new, bigger enemy. Beware. And this, the second paragraph is my favorite. I'm going to do it. Meanwhile, Unacknowledged is being blocked by media. No coverage, even though it's 2017's #1 documentary on iTunes and widely popular on Netflix. The secret government is manipulating a false disclosure and threat via their lackeys and cutouts. Stay tuned. What the hell's a lackeys?
They're lackeys. They're co-parts. They're card hearts. They're hammies.
I never took you as someone that, I don't know, had vocabulary. You know?
I'm a goofball, yes, but I am lecturally stimulating, as it were.
Did you say you were lecturally?
I'm intellectually stimulating, you fuck. Oh, that was kind of loud.
By the way, if you like what we're doing, we're trying to... The reason why we didn't comment or say anything at the moment it came out is because we just needed a day or two to digest it and kind of have our own opinion. Because at first, like we said at the beginning of the show, I was like, what the hell ever, it's just another thing. But I was like, actually, this is a big step, actually, recently.
This is huge. This isn't something that's just tiny. This is This is like finding like the golden ticket. This is what we've been wanting and what we've been looking for. It's something that's small. You might think it's nothing, but it's actually they're actually coming out and saying, "Hey, you know, this coffee's a cup of coffee."
I just want to say it confirms what we're doing, that we're not just stupid, Joe.
Yes.
We're not just we have not seen UFO, but I mean there is enough evidence, as they say, to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're out there. And now we have everything, you know, we need to confirm.
I wonder what that does to other people as far as faith and what they're thinking, that there's no such thing. Oh, that's bullshit. There's no such thing as UFOs. That's all fake. Oh, it's real? What am I going to do?
Well, because they're still leaving out the alien part. They don't even mention alien. They just say
UFO, but when you have, it's like macaroni and cheese, you know? But, hamburger. UFO alien.
Hamburger. Okay. I don't even know. Thank you guys on Spreaker. By the way, if you're not following us, follow us on all things social media. We're at UFO Bros TV, except for at Twitter, Joe.
UFO Bros 0.
No, Zero Bros
Sorry.
TV.
I don't do the Twitter thing. Emmett does.
We've got lots of followers and posts and stuff, so make sure you guys go on there, check that out, and follow, subscribe.
Some exciting stuff come up, guys. It's like,
well,
drop your bridges.
Yeah, we're working on a big project that we hope turns out really well, and we'll keep you guys updated when we know more.
Yep.
But we appreciate all of our listeners, and I think we're less drunk tonight or this afternoon, so we got a little bit more information out. Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, how's your job, bro? You're like so busy.
Well, there's people that are leaving and other things that are happening, and that leaves with less people, so that means I'm working longer and more days. Mm-hmm. So instead of it being like 6 days or 5 days, a couple 12 hours in there, it's going to be 6 days, 12-hour days.
Wow.
So
that is a lot.
We're going to have to do the podcast next time when I'm eating lunch, sitting on the toilet. That's the only time we're going to be able to do it, because I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well,
we're going to get it to you guys no matter what.
Well, this is really delayed, but we're going to talk about what Ronnie Dawson says. I think what they're doing is damage control. They want you to hear the UFO stuff before you hear it from DeLonge's boys. I could hear
exactly. That's exactly what's going on.
Those of us that have a genuine love for ufology will never lose interest, and that's like from Joe Santana. And I agree.
It's like one of those two kids that both find out the same thing, and one runs up before the other one. I found it first.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Well, and I wonder if Greer. No, Greer probably knew that this announcement was coming out.
He probably has it somewhere documented. This is what I said, and I said it. While I was working on someone's kneecap.
Yeah, that's great.
Shut your fucking hole.
Well, we're going to start to wrap this up because we kind of went through everything that we wanted to show you guys.
Yeah, pretty much everything that's mystifying right now. I rectify.
Rectify.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're not, please support us on Patreon. $5 a month helps us continue to do what we do. Patreon.com/UFO Bros TV.
I can't twist my head around.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed an update on what's going on with the Pentagon and DeLonge. The Pentalong announcement. To the Star Wars. Oh, to the stars. Yeah, bye. So we're going to let you guys go. You guys have a fabulous day. And
oh, that's right. It's Monday, huh?
It's Monday. We usually go tomorrow, but today is the day.
What day it is.
Well, that's not surprising to me at all. At all. So, thank you guys. I'm Emmett.
I'm Joe.
And we are the UFO Bros. See you guys.